Okay, today we're going to talk about roots and radical expressions, and we are going to extend what you learned in algebra with square roots and cube roots and extend this into higher roots. So if a to the n equals b, with a and b's real numbers and n a positive integer, then a is the nth root of b. Okay. So if n is odd, so our exponent is odd, there is one real root denoted by the nth root of b. If it's even, we have b is positive, there are two real nth roots of b. The principal root and the negative root. If b is negative, then there are no real roots of b. So that's where our imaginary roots come in. This is our index. Okay. And it's going to tell us how many groups of numbers we need to simplify. So when we're talking about the fifth roots of -1, that can be written like this. And the fifth root of 1/32 can be written like that. So when I take the fifth root, remember I want to know what number can I multiply by itself 5 times to give me -1. In this case, because this is odd, it's going to be -1. Okay? -1 times -1 times -1 times -1 times -1 is, if I simplify these, -1 times -1 is +1. +1 times +1 is 1. And then +1 times -1 makes it a -1. Okay. So with 32, if I break it down, I've got 16 and 2, 4 and 4, 2 and 2, and 2 and 2. And I need groups of 5 to simplify. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's. So the fifth root of 32 is 2. And the fifth root of 1 is 1. So the fifth root of 1/32 is 1/2. So now we want the fourth root of 81/10,000ths. So in order to find that, we're just going to use our calculator. You're going to look for a button that looks like this. Okay, it's usually a shift. Okay, in the TI, I think you can go into the math menu and get it. Okay. And so you would type in 4, then this button, and then your 0.0081. When you do that, it gives us 3/10 for the principal square root, but it's also plus or minus. Okay, so now let's simplify these. So when there is no index, as always, it's a square root. So we just need groups of 2, and this would be the square root of 9x squared. So 81, the square root of that is 9. And then x to the 4th, if you want to check the groups, if you're unsure of that, you can write that out. And I've got 2 groups of 2. Or the other trick is you can divide by the index, and that will be your exponent. Right, so 16, now we want it to the cube root of -16. So 16 breaks down to 4 and 4, 2 and 2, 2 and 2. So I've got one group of 2 that's going to come out because of the negative, and this being odd, it's going to be -2 I'm going to divide my exponents on the variable. So a to the 12th, 12 divided by 3 is 4 with no remainder. So it's going to be a to the 4th on the outside. B, 3 goes into 15 evenly 5 times, so b to the 5th on the outside. And then I've got a 2, this 2 right here, left inside. And so that's my final answer. Okay, so I divided for your exponents. 12 divided by 3 gives me 4 with no remainder, so that's my exponent on the outside. 15 divided by 3 gives me 5 with no remainder, so that's on the outside. Your remainder would go inside with the exponent. So now let's look at a couple more. If I've got the 4th root of 80, x to the 12th, y to the 18th, 80 breaks down to 8 and 10, 2 and 5, 8 breaks down to 4 and 2, and 2 and 2. So I need 4 groups of numbers. So I've got 4 2's, and I've got that will come out. 12 divided by 4 for my x's is 3. So I've got x cubed that comes out, and nothing remains inside because there's no remainder. 18 divided by 4 is 4 with a remainder of 2. So my y 4th comes out, but you're going to have a y squared inside. We also have this 5 left over in that for your y's. So that's going to leave you with 5y squared on the inside, and that is simplified. For this example here, the 5th root of x plus y to the 10th, that whole quantity, we don't break that up because remember, it's the same as saying when we had x plus y squared, it was x plus y times x plus y. So we're going to just put them into groups of 5. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. So it's going to be x plus y squared. Now we're going to solve this following equation. So I've got x to the 4th. So I'm going to take the 4th root of each of those. So the 4th root of 256 is 4. So x is going to equal 4. And the 4th root of 2,401 is 7. So this is going to be 4/7, but because it's an even root, it's going to be positive or negative 4/7. So today we learned how to simplify nth roots, or roots that are higher than 2 and 3. So at the risk of someone making a 1-minute long video of me saying this, have a math-tastic day.